Hi everyone, I am Tanvi and I am starting a lecture series on statistics for the students of class 11th studying in schools affiliated to CBSE board. So I will begin with chapter 1, which is introduction. So this chapter first explains what is economics, what is statistics, and how statistics can be used in the field of economics. So in this video, I will explain what is economics. What is economics? Alfred Marshall says that economics is the study of man in the ordinary business of life. So if you look around yourself, there is a doctor who is rendering his or her service and taking care of patients in exchange of fees. There is a businessman who is engaging in a business and in exchange of profits. There is a teacher who is teaching in exchange of salary. There's a person who is giving his or her land on rent. So all of these activities which are done for monetary gain are economic activities. Now let's dig deeper into what is economic activity and how is it different from non-economic activity. Economic activities are the activities which are performed to earn income or create wealth. The main objective of these activities is to earn profit or livelihood. Livelihood means earning for basic food, cloth, and home, for basic living. These activities can be measured in money. For example, farming. If a farmer is selling agricultural product in the market, this is an economic activity. On the contrast, if the farmer is using that agricultural output completely for personal consumption and not selling anything in the market, then it is a non-economic activity. Grocery shop. A person running a grocery shop and selling grocery items is an economic activity. A person who is running a boutique and selling articles of boutique stitched in a boutique, then it is an economic activity. Cricketers who are playing for the country in a test match or in a T20 match, all of these are done in exchange of a fees. So this is an economic activity. Non-economic activity, activities which are performed out of love, emotion, social duty, or personal satisfaction. The main objective of non-economic activity is service or emotional fulfillment. These activities cannot be measured in money. For example, if suppose your mother is cooking for all of you and taking care of children, these activities are non-economic activities because it cannot be measured in money. If you are helping your friend in some assignment or some other task, that is a non-economic activity. Similarly, if you are volunteering for a cause, let's say recently students volunteered with Cockroach Janata Party CJP for a protest. So that is a non-economic activity that is done wholly for as a social duty. There is no money involved. What is economics? Economics is the study of a man engaged in economic activities of consumption, production, and distribution. Now let's understand one by one what are these. Consumption. What is consumption? Consumption is the act of using products to satisfy our needs and wants given the resources, money, and time we have. Now, it is important to understand scarcity and choice when we are talking about consumption. What is scarcity? Scarcity means resources are limited. So, resources basically here are money and time. Money and time are limited, whereas our wants are unlimited. So, because of this limitation, we have to make choices. Okay. Now, for example, with 100 rupees, suppose you have 100 rupees and you choose between buying ice cream or a burger. Ice cream, I mean branded or quality ice cream. Let's say ice cream of quality balls or some other brand, and burger, let's say of Burger King or McDonald's. So with 100 rupees, you cannot buy both. You have to make a choice. Similarly, if you have only 1 hour free, okay, and you have to choose between whether to watch a video game or to study, you cannot do both in the same 1 hour. So that is, so here 100 rupees, which is the money income, and 1 hour, which is the time, are the resources which are limited in nature, and therefore we have to make a choice, and that is why we need to study consumption. Production means making goods and services using limited resources with the aim of maximizing profit. Now what are resources? Resources are land, labor, capital. Capital is the money or the physical investment which is done by the producer for the process of in the process of production to earn profits. Entrepreneurship is basically the skills of the producer, skills to combine land, labor, and capital together to produce an output and generate profit. So all of these are resources. In the process of production, again, there is problem of scarcity and choice, which we have recently explained in the consumption process. Here, what is the problem of scarcity? Scarcity of resources. Here, the resources are limited in nature. Okay. Whereas the problem of choice. Choice basically here means whether the producer has to choose whether to produce more of what to produce and what not to produce. The producer has to choose whether to use more of labor in the process of production or use more of capital in the process of production. So here also there is this problem of scarcity, and therefore a producer has to make choice. Now let's understand this with the help of an example. An agricultural laborer having fixed area, let's say if a laborer has 2 hectares of land, can produce either bajra or leafy vegetables in a particular season. Since the land area here is fixed, which is our resource, a producer cannot produce everything. It has to make a choice whether to produce bajra or leafy vegetables in a particular season. Similarly, a manufacturer of marble items can either produce handicraft items or large marble slabs with limited resources. So here, a manufacturer of marble items has a firm, right? So it has a firm set up on a piece of land, and it has labor and capital to produce that output. So it can either produce handicraft items or large slabs with those limited resources. So I hope this is clear. Distribution. First, we need to understand what is national income in order to understand distribution. So national income is the income of all the individuals in the economy, the sum total of income of all the individuals in the economy in a given year. Okay, let's suppose if a person is earning as a doctor, if a person is earning as a teacher, if a person is earning as a seller, as a businessman, the sum total of income of all these individuals in an economy is national income. Now, distribution is the theory which tells how income earned by all the individuals in the economy is distributed as wages, salaries, rent. What is rent? Rent is the reward given in exchange of the land which is given by a institution. Interest is the reward which is given in exchange of the loan given by a person or an institution. Profit is the reward in exchange of the skills of an entrepreneur to start a business and conduct a business. So this theory of how this income is distributed as wages, salaries, rent, interest, and profit is distribution theory. For example, you must have heard that the laborers strike. Some laborer of some industry strike for raising their wages. So study of this is also a part of economics. Economics is also the study of understanding the ills of the society, such as poverty, unemployment. Ills means the problems of the society. Poverty, for example, if I say that 5.5% out of the total population of India are poor, and they are earning less than rupees 289 per day. Or if I say that 5.5% of the people in India are unemployed. So this is economics. Now, when I am using these figures, such as 5.5%, rupees 289 per day, then here I am using statistics to explain the economic problem. So now let's understand this in detail. What is statistics and how it can be used in economics?